So today I'm going to make something called shrimp chop suey. When I was a little girl, my mom used to always make chicken chop suey because my older sister is allergic to shellfish. Well, I always make the chicken chop suey, but this time instead of doing the chicken, I'm going to substitute the shrimp, and I'm going to have my shrimp chop suey. You can make it with rice on the side, or you can have like a pasta on the side. You can do it that way if you want. I think I'm going to do the rice on the side. All right, let's go. So the first thing we're going to do is start chopping these vegetables up. The bean sprouts came in a bag like this. I don't have to do nothing with those. Just make sure everything is clean, chopped before you throw it in the pot. I mean, you can have chunks if you want, but like this cabbage, I'm going to dice it up a little bit. It's not going to be like, what do you call it, coleslaw, but it's going to be like chunky. You'll see. I'm going to show you every step. I'm going to try to this time. And then I'm going to be cooking the basmati rice. I just love it. It just tastes so good. It's the best. So, yeah, we're going to get started. Can you see me? I can see you. Okay, so, obviously I'm not going to chop this whole bag of carrots. Not for the dish. If I do chop them all, my trusty freezer bags, and then throw it in the freezer so I have it for my next dish. You know, I don't know, I might make some split pea soup or something, because it's been cold out, and so my husband really likes stews and, you know, things that are slow cooked. And we're older now, so the digestion is just not the same as it was when we were younger. So I take my time and cook it right. Okay, so I'm going to wash these off, chop these up. They're going to go into this bowl. Okay? Then I'm going to do the same thing with the cabbage. Same thing with the onions. Whatever's left over, freezer bags, and then in the freezer. Okay? And then once I get that done, I'll be back. Nice and clean, and I'm just gonna, that's it. It don't take much with a cabbage. Yeah, give it some big cuts. I'll put this there on that cutting board. Just chop it up. It doesn't matter. You don't have to make it too fine. I like it kind of chunky with the cabbage, because the way it's gonna cook, you don't need to have it in the fine pieces like you would like a coleslaw, you know? Yeah, it doesn't matter how you cut it. It's not like a specific way to do it. You just cut it, throw it in the dang on mixing bowl. So that's what I got. Carrot and cabbage. Okay, let me go get this out of the way, get this mess, clean up this mess. I'll be back. Okay, so I got the vegetables diced. Oh, I forgot to do the onions. I'm going to do that in a minute. Got the vegetables pretty much diced, and then what you're going to do is make sure you cook your meat all the way through. It don't matter what it is. Always, when you're mixing vegetables and stuff like that, cook the meat all the way through. Don't ever put no raw meat in a pot with some vegetables. Don't do that. You're going to get sick. Don't do that. So, you guys know, I will buy the raw shrimp, peel it, and devein it. I don't care. It helps reduce anxiety for me, so I do it all the time. But would you know, when I went to the grocery store, they had some already done, and they were the same price. So I got the ones already done. I said, I'm skipping a step. I'm not going to give myself too much work. I'm going to make sure I chop up the vegetables, and these shrimp are good to go. So all I have to do is add them to the pot, cook them, get them seasoned and all that stuff before I pile in the vegetables, which you will see. It's very important, whether you buy something in a package or not, read the package. You should already know this. It says, rinse before use. A lot of people don't do that. They'll take something out of a packet, boom, and cook with it, and they don't wash anything. Everything. If you're taking it out of a package, if it's vegetables or fruit, wash it. Please. Thank you. Okay, how many I'm going to use? Let's do 3? Yeah, let's do 4. I wonder if I should put it in a bag. I'll probably use these suckers up before they go bad. Let's get this off now. Oh, I love it on, huh? Alright. Now, technically, you can put dice the whole thing up. But I always like to take the tops off because that's like the root or whatever, the sprout of the green onion. But some people dice that up and they eat it. I'm not doing it. I'm not eating that today. Alright. And for some reason, these green onions, where the white is, it's a little slimy kind of when you're trying to dice it. So you'll see me go down and slide back and forth just to make sure that it's separated, you know, because it'll stick together. And you kind of want it to make sure that they come apart. I have regular white tomatoes and yellow tomatoes, but today I'm just in a green onion mood. But I have yellow and white onions. It looks like I got garlic and shallots over there. I use that stuff every day, all day. So this one is a special recipe. This is one of the first recipes my mom taught me when I was a young lady. And so I want to cook something that I don't make all the time, you know. Something that I make on occasion, you know. Bring me back to my childhood, get some of them good flavors that I remember having when I was growing up, you know. And plus, like I said, I can't afford an $18 Big Mac. But all of these vegetables together, I bought them. Okay, the cabbage, the green onions, the carrots, the bean sprouts. That's 3 vegetables. I think I might have paid $6 for all of it. And I'm going to have a full pot that we can have for lunch, you know, save for a rainy day. And it's been raining a lot lately, so I have all of this food, and it only cost me $6 for the vegetables. Those shrimp, I got those on sale, and I think those were $10. So I spent $16, and I'm going to have enough food, probably, like if I had company, enough to easily feed 8 to 10 people. Okay? So, get your wok out. Make sure it's clean, because this is a wok dish. Woo, we ain't that pretty. And looking good and smelling good. Now all I have to do is rinse these off and throw them on top, and I got all my vegetables out the way under 15 minutes. So my trick for cleaning the bean sprouts is to open the bag, the top, fill the bag with water, and rinse them that way, you know, moving them around in the bag and all that kind of stuff. And then I drain the water off, and then it goes on top of this pile of goodies, of goodness. So I got the water heating in the back. I put some margarine. It's a partially used stick of margarine. Yeah, the doctor told me no more butter. I love butter. Yeah, well, today I'm going to use margarine because I'm trying to be healthier. Whatever. Let it melt good, and then I'm going to throw these shrimp in here. These shrimps have tail on them. I prefer without the tails, but it's frozen solid, so you know I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Take the tails off as I eat them. All right, so I'm gonna put this on here, let that butter melt, and then I'm gonna start putting my seasoning and making the broth. Traditionally, this meal has soy sauce, and I'm gonna look in my pantry to see if I have any soy sauce. But if I don't have any soy sauce, this kind of tastes a lot like soy sauce. So I might just use this, but I have to watch it because, you know, I'm on a salt restriction kind of like diet. So I don't want to overdo it with any of these because they all got a lot of salt. Okay. Matter of fact, I got this at the 99-cent store for $1. If I would have knew it was $1, I would have got 10 of them. Okay, does you see it bubbling like that? That means it's ready for a little bit of vegetable oil. Just a little, not too much. There you go. That's enough right there. And a dash of salt. That's it. That's it. Just a dash. Okay. And then I'm going to add in, I'm going to cut it down low. It looks like I got too much water in there. Wow. Oh, it's calling. So I cut it back up. I'm not ready to cut it down yet. And so my trick is I put it in the middle, and then when I put enough that when I see a little bit maybe, you know, just a little bit on top of the water, then I know, that's how I know I got enough in there. So it's gonna spread across, and of course, you know, when it bakes, it's gonna expand and all that stuff, and I have a full small pot of rice. So let it bubble just a little bit. I'll let it bubble like this for a little bit. I just want to let some of the water come down, and then I'm going to cut it on the low, like right here where it says low. Put the lid on it and crack it just a little bit so that the evaporation can escape it, and that's it. It'll pretty much cook itself. All right, so this is looking good. It's all cooked down. All the waters and stuff that was in the shrimp is in there. You can smell it. I'm gonna let that cook down some more. Matter of fact, I keep turning it low. It's not ready to turn down low yet. I'm gonna let some of that water cook down, and when the water gets pretty low, then I'm gonna put the lid on top, and that's gonna do its own thing. This here, so we already got a little bit of a broth going there with the butter and the water from the shrimp. So the next thing I'm going to do is I need to open this stuff up. Open them up, get them ready so that I can show you my technique. Okay, so you don't have to put too much of any of these salts and seasonings in here, because the shrimp has a very good flavor of its own, you know, natural flavor. So just a little bit. And this is just a little bit, trust me. So thick. And then I'm going to put a little bit of this. Not too much. Because all of these things have so much salt. I just have to, just a dash, because I can't overdo it, okay? So that looks okay. I'm going to put 1 packet of soy sauce. I think that I overdid it the last time, and I put so much soy sauce because I had one of them big bottles. And so my husband's like, listen, honey, you know you shouldn't be eating all that soy sauce. So I stopped buying it. And I stopped buying the big bottles. So when I go to the Chinaman store to get some Chinese food, I always grab a couple of extra ones so that I have what I need, you know, for other recipes. You know? That's it, and that's all. Now all I'm going to do is dump these vegetables in here, put the lid on it, and that should be it. I actually love bean sprouts. That's what these are. I love these. I should have got 2 or 3 bags because I really just like it. But for this dish, for all intents and purposes, these are the main ingredients. Real easy dish. The most time you're going to spend is just in prepping, you know, chopping up the vegetables, and, you know, if you're doing chicken, you know, you're going to have to chop that up and everything. And, you know, so it's just your prep time for getting everything ready so that you can cook it. All right. So I can't hold this cell phone and show you this all at once. So I'm going to try to just do it layer by layer. In there. Because usually I would just take this whole thing and just flip it right on in the pot, but I can't do that. And, you know, my little niece, Mrs. Kristen, she wants to see step by step. So I just put it all in there, girl. Don't got to worry about nothing. Just throw it all in there. Okay, so now I think I'm at the point where I can lift this big bowl and just toss it all in there. Yeah, it worked. Oh. This is done. Looks like the rice is done, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn it off now. That's done. And now this right here, I'm going to give it its first stir. Hi. Ooh, that hot. Smells so good, like my cat is jumping around. He's like, oh, Mom, what are you cooking? It can smell it. It smells good. So I'm just going to give it a toss so some of the stuff that's on the bottom can come to the top, and what's on the top can go on the bottom, so it can all, you know, be cooked evenly, you know. So you got to mix it. Pull the stuff from the bottom to the top and put the stuff that's on the top on the bottom some kind of way. Yeah, I'm using tongs. I find that tongs are very helpful with this dish. In any type of Chinese cuisine that you're making, you're going to have some tongs, okay? So, Throw the lid back on. I'll probably put some soy sauce in there. Again, and let it cook for another 20-30 minutes. And stir it around again, you know. That's what we do. Stir fry. Ooh, hot. Fogged up my camera. But this is what it looks like finished. And I'm going to show you some pictures when I make myself a bowl. Because I'm going to have me a little taste before my husband gets home from work. Okay, so this is a salad bowl. I'm just tasting it. This is my way of making sure I don't eat too much because I will dog this. So, get my beautiful rice in the bowl. Put the lid back on there. Take this lid off. Ooh, it's piping hot too. Oh, but it looks so delicious, and I'm pretty sure it is going to be every bit as delicious as it looks. All right, so just pop that on top of the rice. Make sure you get you some shrimp. Some shrimp. My husband, what he gonna do is he gonna put some soy sauce on his. I can't do it. I can't do no more soy sauce because it's already got a lot of salt. So I'm just gonna take some of the juice and put it on there like that. Those 2 packets of soy sauce right there. I want one, but I can't have one. Those is for my husband. He gonna have him some soy sauce on his, some extra soy sauce on his. And that's pretty much it. It's really delicious. I hope you enjoyed this recipe.